looking to be the supply.
The king is back to take his crown.
And I'm looking to be in a different kind of business.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, Season 4, Episode 4. This is the recap. Now, I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. But in Episode 4, things turned up a lot. Know what I'm saying? Your girl Jukebox caught her first body. She's embracing this lifestyle. And I can't wait to see what's next for her character for the rest of the season. She's about to turn up. We already know we see her with multiple straps in those trailers. So you already know what time it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think gonna happen to Marvin. Will he be able to make it out of the season alive? Will he get locked up? I think we all can agree that something bad is gonna happen to his character by the end of the season. I mean, I told you guys that whole crime scene, Marvin left a lot of DNA, fingerprints, DNA. I don't know if they're going to go into detail on that, but as I told you, the guy had to be a military veteran. So maybe they're going to investigate that a little bit more, and maybe something comes back and it may not be good for your boy Marvin. So I cannot wait to see how that's all going to play out. And what y'all think about Damon? We smoking on that Damon pack. I mean, I just don't get it. Come back for like 2 seconds and get dropped off. He should have just stayed in season 2. Know what I'm saying? But of course, they wanted to give us closure to that storyline. Damon, he's up out of here. Unique don't give a damn. As long as he continues to destroy Rock's business, he good. And that's exactly what he's going to continue to do. We already know what time it is. When he shows his face, when he lets everybody know that he is back, I know Rock is going to flip along with everybody else who thought he was dead. And once again, we get another episode letting us know that something ain't right with this whole Famous storyline. And every time they mention Famous, we know Lulu, he has a very concerned look on his face, letting us know he believes something bad happened to him along with Kanan. But we're going to hop right into it. As I told you guys, trying to focus on those key points. If I miss anything, let me know down below. So what did we see in episode 4 titled The Way We Were? Now the episode starts out with the return of Tremont. We knew Tremont was going to return. Rock, she just wants to punish this guy. Marvin catches him slipping, beats that boy down. The whole thing is just finding out who his plug is, but they're not telling him this. They just want to make him suffer. Now we get to Rock and her mom's, and of course we get that conversation between the two. I was hoping we would get some type of closure, but it seemed more like an argument. Rock, of course, is pissed off that her mom did what she did as far as family dinner and giving the family that information that she has cancer and she is dying. And Rock, she's not the biggest fan of her mom and how she raised them, but her mom tells her, look, I'm not perfect or whatever. And basically, when she dies, when that happens, she's not going to like the fact that no one is going to miss her like that for real. Like, no one really loves her. And Rock understands that that's not true. We can tell just based on the way Rock is acting that she loves her mom, but she's not a fan of some of the things that her mom did growing up. Rock tells her mom, look, you're just looking for forgiveness. That's all you're looking for, right? And I want to know if anything else happened when Rock was growing up that they're not telling us. Is there more family secrets? Hopefully we find out the answer soon enough, because we know Grandma, she ain't got that much time left. Now we get back to Tremont, and Rock has shown up. And basically, they just want his connect. That's it. He getting beat down. Rock ain't even got no bullets in the gun. They messing with the dude. He was in there struggling. Now, the only thing about this is Tremont is still breathing. I know in those promo trailers, they made it seem like he was going to go. But as I always tell you guys, they make it seem like something is going to happen in those promos. But when you watch the episode, it's something completely different. Is this a mistake by Rock, leaving a loose end? Because what she did to Tremont, I'm pretty sure he's not going to forget about it. And I would not be surprised if he tries to seek some type of revenge. You guys leave your predictions down below. Now, Kanan makes another mistake. And Crystal, she is trying to tell him time and time again, don't do business where you lay your head. Like, dude, this is why y'all end up moving out of that apartment. It was too much going on over there. But OC, he has come to the apartment, of course, for a drop. And of course, in the last episode, we know Unique robbed him, but I don't trust it. I would not be surprised if he made a deal with Unique and, he's setting up Kanan. Now, I can be wrong, but what I do know is this. OC coming to Kanan's new spot is stupid. You do not bring him there. Now, other people will know where you stay. Crystal telling him this, as far as doing business at the, his new apartment, it's going to come back on him because now he will be exposed to somebody, finding out where he stays once again, which is a bad move, a bad business move, and it's going to put Crystal and anybody else that's there at risk. Now, Kanan sets up the whole meeting with Crystal and Jukebox to finally squash their beef. We know Crystal set up Jukebox last season to get jumped, but Jukebox, she put those hands on those girls, right? Now, Crystal apologizes to her, telling her she messed up. She is sorry. She was dealing with a lot at that particular time. Tells her maybe they can be cool because of Kanan. You know what I'm saying? She loves Kanan, but Kanan loves Jukebox even more, and she just wants things to work out between the two. Maybe they can start from there. Now, Jukebox did tell her maybe, and she ended up leaving. Some fans believe that Jukebox is going to do something to Crystal. I say this, regardless if Jukebox does something to Crystal or not, I think Crystal is at risk because of that whole thing with Kanan doing business at the new spot. You just don't do that. Now, we get to Lulu B. Rilla, and of course we get introduced to the new character, Imani. We know she works for Low Street Records, and we know your boy Gelfin wants them all to work together, but it seems like Lulu ain't really trying to work with Imani like that at all. He's like, look, I don't need your help. I can do this myself. But y'all know Gelfin, he wants them all to work together, and he's going to tell Lulu this later on in the episode. Now, B-Rilla, he was up in there checking out Imani, because y'all know he probably want a piece of that, but we know Imani will be Lulu's love interest. Now, Kanan goes and meets up with Snap and Pop Henry. He lets them know that he got robbed or whatever, and they're pretty much asking him, did Rock get robbed too? They want to know how much he lost and all this stuff, but they're putting these little small things in his head, letting him know that Rock is not somebody that they like, and they know that he does not have the best relationship with his mom. So it seems like they're trying to once again divide the two or whatever. And they tell Kanan that Quan wants to meet him. We know Quan don't like Rock, so it's very convenient for them to set up this whole meetup with somebody that don't like Rock anyway. And they're letting him know that business is about relationships and all that stuff. The same thing that Crystal told him. And we know Kanan was talking about how he wants to be remembered for what he does, not what his family does. And we know they tell him, if you want people to see you as you got to let them know who you are. So as I told you, they're putting these things in his head. He's going to take this advice. He's definitely going to take this advice and trying to make these deals with people that his mom is connected to without her knowing. Now, we get to your boy Unique. We saw some of this exclusive clip. He's up here ranting about making his return, showing his face. He's tired of sitting in the shadows while Rock is out here getting his money. And while he's having this conversation, Marvin pops up and he yells for Early Tyler. So now he has to hurry up and go out there and have a conversation with Marvin. Unique is pissed. And we know Marvin, he is thanking Early Tyler for what he's done as far as the whole thing with Gerald's daughter, setting that whole thing up. And he tells him, look, since he did that, he has, a new job for him. You know what I'm saying? He understands that Early Tyler does the whole gambling thing with the books. So he's trying to set this thing up with Stefano and Corona. And he's going to be working with some heavy hitters, telling him, look, you're going to give me a piece of what you make. And, this is just our business arrangement. Look, I don't trust it at all. Ain't no way in the hell I'm bringing Early Tyler around Stefano. I'm leaving that alone. But Marvin, he is getting entirely too comfortable. Way too comfortable, doing entirely too much in my opinion. And eventually this is all going to backfire on him. Now, we get to the Plum Bar. Jukebox, she is kicking it with Mara and her friend. And of course, she's getting hit on by this girl named Jackie. And she tries to buy Jukebox a drink, but Jukebox was cool. And they're just laughing, telling her eventually she's going to loosen up or whatever. Everybody there is all like family. And we know Jukebox tells her this is nothing like her family. And we know Mara ends up talking about her family and how they suck. And she gets very emotional. Now, Jukebox and Mara, they end up leaving the Plum Bar. And when they go outside, they run into this sicko, Aaron. Now, Aaron is Mara's husband. He's pissed off that she's kicking it with Jukebox. All of a sudden, he walks up on them and he pushes Jukebox down. She ends up scratching her face. Then he takes Mara and he throws her in the car. I mean, what the hell is going on? This dude definitely needs to catch a beat down, and that's exactly what happened by the end of the episode. Now, Unique pops up in New Jersey to recruit Damon. We know Damon was pissed off about what happened to him back in season 2 when Rock gave up his work to Unique. Now, Unique is telling him they have common enemies. Rock, she pretty much killed them both, and now he wants to work with him in order to get revenge on her. Now, Damon does accept this offer, and he's going to help Unique get that revenge, but man, this dude did not last at all. I mean, as soon as everything started up, the boy got dropped off real quick. Now, I did like when Unique was talking about his death and when he said rumors of his death have been greatly exaggerated. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about Unique's death was real big last season. And of course, Joey Badass, he played right along with that, having fans all confused. Now, Rock finally meets up with Isak after getting intel from Tremont about who was supplying him. And he tells Rock, like, look, I can give you a better deal if you buy in bulk. Rock tells him, well, she wants a direct link, wholesale. She pretty much wants to be the supplier, and she is trying to move some major weight. And Marvin tells him that they can't afford to have anybody between them and the product. He tells her, come back tomorrow, same place, same time, and maybe they can work something out, but he wants her to be alone. Now, we get to Gelfin, Imani, and Lulu. We know Imani, she is there to help out Birilla. Of course, she handles A&R. And Lulu feels like he doesn't need her at all. He can do everything by himself. And we know Gelfin tells him, y'all need to be a team. You know what I'm saying? Being a team is going to make everything better. And maybe the two should go out, get to know each other a little bit more. And maybe it will fix things between the two. Now, they do end up going out. They start talking about music. We know she just wants to help Lulu and this whole Birilla thing. They also end up talking about Famous. She tells him that she thought Famous was going to be their next big star. But of course, Famous is nowhere to be found. Once again, Lulu is looking very weird. Like he knows something is up. Talking about Famous. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to find himself. He's okay. I know how it is. Y'all know Lulu, he went through recovery. So of course he understands how it is to step away and try to get yourself together. But deep down inside, he understands that something bad has happened to Famous. Now we know Imani wants Lulu to go with her to another spot because she wants to look for new artists. But as of right now, Lulu, he is good. But we know eventually these two will hook up. She is his love interest. And I want to know if their, love life may affect their business relationship. Now we get to Early Tyler, Marvin, and Stefano. Now we learned about Early Tyler's boss, Lump. And apparently Lump is cool with Early Tyler doing business with Stefano. Stefano knows exactly who he is. So everything seems good. Now Stefano, he wants Early Tyler to run his books down in Corona. He tells him all he has to do is take the action and keep the books. So things seem like they could be going quite well, right? Marvin tells him, look, Early Tyler, he knows how to do all that. You good. Stefano tells Marvin, look, you're vouching for this guy. So if anything goes wrong, I'm going to come looking for you. Now, Marvin tries to play it off like, man, look, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm right here. Know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be no issues. But we know what time it is. Early Tyler cannot be trusted. And he said the business was like a family business or whatever. And that lets me know something's going to happen. And I got a feeling, and I can be wrong, and y'all let me know. Do y'all believe something's going to happen with Stefano and his daughter? We know his daughter is pregnant, right? So what if that spot gets shot up or whatever, and his daughter gets hit, and he loses his daughter and his grandchild? That will be crazy. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think we all know that something will happen, and it's all going to come back on one person, Marvin. And this whole thing with Early Tyler is very risky as well, because if he is caught slipping up, he up out of here. Whether he's up out of here by the Italians or up out of here by Unique, he could really be on borrowed time. But y'all leave those predictions down below on this move. Do y'all believe Marvin made the right choice? Well, I think I know the answer. Hell nah. Now Kanan meets up with Quan, and Quan is happy that Kanan is there. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he's accomplished a lot at his young age, telling him about the whole price hike, knowing that that's very steep. But Kanan tells him, well, it's no problem. All you got to do is work harder. So we know Quan is loving that, because Rock was not a fan of that at all. She had issues with it. But we know Kanan tells him, look, come to me. You know what I'm saying? If you got any issues, you know what I'm saying, just come to me. My mom's is kind of complicated or whatever. And it seems like him and Quan are starting off on a good note. And it's really because the two really don't like Rock at all. So we're going to see how this all plays out. Now, we get to Unique and Damon, and now it is time to ruin Rock's business, her business partners. And they're going to roll up on Terry's warehouse. And the game plan is just to go in there and get the spraying at everybody. And that's exactly what they end up doing. But guess what? Damon gets dropped off real quick. So that whole thing with him trying to help, Unique seek revenge was stupid. That boy up out of here. He is another person that's packed up easily. Now Unique has to get the hell up out of there because it ain't looking too good, but still, it has messed up things for Rock and her business associates, and we already know it's going to be some major consequences. Now Terry, he is pissed off, talking about he is done doing business with her, and we know David is like, nah, we ain't done, especially when Rock pulled out that money. It seems like he just wants to get paid. Meanwhile, Terry understands that this is very risky, and he does not want none of his peoples getting attacked. Now, Rock tells them, look, we know who did it. It's an ex-employee. We're going to take care of it. And they understand that they have to figure out who else was with this guy because Terry told them that he was not alone, which Rock is putting two and two together, knowing that whoever did this hit the Golden Pavilion and hit up Kanan's spot as well. So the question is, who did it? Which we know the answer, it was your boy Unique. Now, we get to Kanan and Stefano. Kanan up here trying to make moves behind Rock's back. Stefano is a real G. He's like, hell nah. He said your mom paid $500K to save your life last season. And he's like, look, he ain't about to make no moves with him. I mean, you shouldn't be going behind your mom's back in the first place. Kanan ain't really feeling it. But of course, Stefano, he's standing on business. And of course, he has a lot of respect for Rock. And he's not about to allow Kanan to come in there to make any type of moves. Now, Marvin walks in on Jukebox while she's pretty much cleaning up her face. And he's like, what the hell happened to you? Who put hands on you? And it's setting up the ending of the episode where Marvin has to go to that Aaron guy's spot and, of course, get revenge. Now, Rock goes to meet back up with Isak, and this time he wants her to get into his car. Rock was looking kind of shaky, like, I don't know about that, especially since she's by herself. I mean, it's a risk. But, of course, in this business, you have to make those risks, and that's exactly what Rock ended up doing. Now, she ends up meeting with this new character. Now, I believe his name is Hafiz, and his description states that he's a high-powered, clean-cut Afghan porter who appreciates a luxurious lifestyle almost as much as he appreciates discretion. Now, we know Rock, she wants to get into the import business. He tells her, look, that means he's going to have to hire new workers for sure, and, he'll keep in touch with her. He just wants somebody that's solid and that's thoughtful, and, hopefully this whole thing could work out. So your girl Rock, she's very happy. This is probably the best move that she made the entire episode because besides that, we know she was taking all types of L's because of your boy Unique. But I'm eager to see how this relationship is going to continue to grow. Only thing is with Unique out there lurking, he can mess up everything. And this deal that Rock is about to make could end up being a bad move, especially if Unique is out there messing things up. Now, your boy Unique, he goes to Teresa, Sabo Sully's wife, talking about we got common enemies. And he's pretty much telling her that he wants to take down the people that's responsible for putting her son and her husband in the ground. And of course, she wants payback. She wants the person to pay for what they've done, right? And she's going to give him the connect to Phil Russo. So most likely we're going to see him in next week's episode. Your boy Unique, he on one. The sad thing is we know Teresa, she was not involved in Sal Boselli's business. So she don't know that Unique was one of the guys that was going back and forth with them at the end of season 2, teaming up with Rock. She don't know that Marco, her son, the only reason that he did business with Marvin is because of Unique. So he plotting and planning real good. Know what I'm saying? But y'all know he's going to take advantage of this Phil Russo connect. And I cannot wait to see how it's all going to play out. He is moving real smart this season. Now we get to Kanan, Lulu, and B-Rilla. B-Rilla is still staying with your boy Lulu. And we know Lulu tells Kanan that apparently B-Rilla told him if he stays by himself, he gets into all types of drama. Well, eventually he gonna be by himself and eventually he gonna slip up. Or at least that's what a lot of fans are predicting. Now Lulu and Kanan, they start talking about Famous. They don't know where he is at. We know Lulu talked about how he had a conversation with Jessica, and Jessica said that he is not, out there in California, and she sounded kind of scared. So Famous is still missing, and both Kanan and Lulu feel like something bad has happened to Famous. I told you guys, hopefully in this next upcoming episode, we finally get that answer. Now we get to Rock, and the detectives end up coming to her spot, letting her know that Andre Barnes is up out of here. Scootball Sr. got dropped off. They're just asking her questions about where he could have been or went after they end up meeting up. Rock does not know anything, right? And she's not really telling them too much, but she's very upset. As I told you guys last night, she now understands that she is really under attack for real. And taking out Scootball Sr. is a big deal. We know he had all types of intel on the inside, and now Rock loses that. So we're going to see how she makes her adjustments by the end of the season. But as of right now, your boy Unique is definitely on the come up. Now we get to the end of the episode, the part that everybody's waiting on. Marvin and Jukebox, they go to Aaron's spot. And right before they go up in there, Marvin gives Jukebox his gun, which was a smart move. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, she got that strap. Now, when Marvin goes in there, he does knock the dude down. But when you knock a guy down like that, you cannot allow them to get up, which Marvin allows the guy to do. Not only did he get up, he's able to get his knife, and he got the slicing and dicing because Marvin, decides to walk away like it was over. Really? You don't do that. And then Marvin gets sent through a table. What's going on? Marvin is bleeding out. We know the dude had to be in the military, or at least that's what I'm thinking. We saw his medal, and we saw the flag. This could come back as far as this storyline, but as he was about to take Marvin out, Jukebox pops up right at the perfect time, and she gets the kill shot. She catches her first body. Now after that, they got the hell up out of there, and when they're in that car, did you see the look on Jukebox's face? She's loving this. This ain't the old Jukebox no more. She is on a different level. The fans, we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for Jukebox to catch her first body, and now the time is here. Some fans say she's still not at her perfect form, on some Cell type stuff. She need about 2 to 3 more bodies to complete the full transformation. Will we see that? Well, we gonna see it eventually, but the old Jukebox from season 1, that's not here anymore, y'all. We about to see a whole new animal. We talking about Unique and how he's turning up. We need to pay attention to your girl, Jukebox. She's about to be the one that's really about to turn up, and I cannot wait to see how it's all going to play out. But overall, man, this was a very good episode. I cannot wait to see episode 5. Also, I forgot to talk about Kanan. When he walked in on Snaps and Pop, he saw law enforcement up in there. So he knows that they got some type of deal going on. But when you're in the game, everybody has some type of law enforcement that they're making deals with in order to get intel. So that could be that, or it could be something else. But overall, man, this was a very solid episode. And you already know we're going to talk about episode 5 real soon. So get those theories and predictions ready. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.